Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is James Oliver Hacking III. Today is September 5th, Tuesday. September 5th feels like a Monday, but it's actually Tuesday. I'll be here for the next hour answering as many of your immigration law related questions as possible. I hope you all had a great long weekend. I had a great long weekend. Amani and I went to the Japanese festival. So at the Missouri Botanical Garden, the best part of the garden is the Japanese garden, and they have a Japanese festival every year. We got to see some people fighting with sticks. We got to see a kimono fashion show. We saw drums, and they had food. It was just a wonderful weekend event that they have Labor Day weekend every year. And also, we got to go apple picking yesterday. So we had a really nice weekend. How about you? Did you do something fun? Let me know in the comments if you did something fun. Let me know what's going on immigration-wise. Let me know what you're up to. Sorry about yesterday. I tried doing a show at Noor's softball practice at 6 o'clock last night. I think that time slot people sort of liked. So I'll try that time slot again here in the weeks to come as Noor has softball. But we had to cut it short because of lightning and thunder. So hopefully everybody was safe and sound, and sorry for having to stop the show early, but we'll be here, God willing, as Tyrone says. This is another day the Lord has made. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to Tyrone. It looks like the waiting room is filling up. If you have a question, now would be a good time to get in. If you're not on our list and want to get on our list, text the word show to 314-470-3300. That way, whenever we set up the show, you'll get alerted right away, hours ahead of other people. And that's your best chance to get into the waiting room. Yaz is here, so we're going to start with Yaz. Hello, Yaz. Yaz is frozen. All right. We'll come back to Yaz. Let's go to Peter. Hello, Peter.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
Doing well. So I have kind of a unique situation. We've applied for a K-1 visa and a K-2 for my fiance's son. And this is the Dominican Republic. We got the notification, the email, that we are okay to go ahead and set up the appointment. When I log into the appointment portal, I can set up the appointment for my fiance for the K-1, but for her son, it doesn't allow me to, even though his name and her name were both included on the email with the case number from NVC. So there's a customer service line. I've reached out to them. I probably called 10 times and emailed 20 times. This has been going on for months. No one seems to be able to resolve this situation and somehow change the system so I can book the appointment for him as well as her.
I would just, how old is he?
He's 13.
Yeah, I would just send him with her, and they'll probably knock the whole thing out then, or they'll tell you what to do. Everything else is just banging your head on the wall.
I was thinking that. Thanks so much. It's a huge sigh of relief. Appreciate the help.
Yeah, when's the interview?
It's difficult to get one right now.
Yeah.
And then, I'm sure your people know after you log in more than 3 times, you get locked out for 72 hours.
Right.
So it's kind of a log in twice a day, every day, and hope you hit when they open.
Yeah, and maybe try like 12:01 a.m., 12:05 a.m., things like that. You just never know when things reset. I would just be playing around trying to figure out when it resets.
I have, yeah. I've gotten locked out a few times with the 72-hour thing, so there's no rhyme nor reason why. I can't find any information, but...
Good luck, Peter.
Yeah, appreciate it. Have a great day.
Bye, buddy. Yeah, you too. See ya. All right, that was our friend Peter. Like I said, we'll be here the full hour, and I wanted to do today's show from this spot in my office because today my studio is moving downstairs. So our old director of video, Kent Richardson, is back. He started back with us today. We're very excited to have Kent back, and you can expect great things from our video channel. He's the one that really helped us get from like 5,000 to I think 30 or 40,000 subscribers. So Kent's going to be doing some really cool stuff video wise. I think you're going to be seeing more of the other people in the office, more stories about our clients, those kinds of things. So this will be the last day we do the show in this format. And next time the show will look a little bit different. All right. Looks like Yaz is back. Let's see. Yaz, are you there? You're on mute. You there, Yaz?
Hello.
Hi
Hello.
there. Hi, go ahead.
Hey. Hi, Mr. Jim. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I try to be on your program for so many times, and I'm so happy you picked me today. I just want to commend you on the wonderful work that you're doing. I have been watching your program so many times, and I've sent this link to so many people because
Thank you
your
for that.
program had helped me. You're welcome. Helped me to get my green card through a waiver.
Nice.
I went through
That's
a
not easy.
waiver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through a waiver, and it took a lot of years, but I went to Jamaica, and when I went to Jamaica, it took me about maybe 4 weeks. But I went for an interview in Jamaica. I was very scared when I went there, but I listened to your program all the time, and I said to myself, I'm going. And when I went in for my interview, they asked me like 3 questions, just three
Mm.
questions. And the officer was very nice. He actually gave me a card to go get my um, background thing because I didn't get it yet. And I got it and went back there and gave it to him. And in like 3 weeks, I got my 10-year green card. And I just want to tell you so much thanks because I've listened to your program. I did have a lawyer, but I have to listen to your program to tell my lawyer what to do, which was like which was like so awesome. And I just want to tell you thanks a million times for
Mm.
the wonderful work that you're doing and for helping me, even though I had a lawyer, for helping me to go through what I went through and get my 10-year green card. And I'm so happy. Just want to tell you
Th-
thanks.
Thank you, Yaz. That made my day.
Yeah.
That makes I'm tearing up a little bit. That made me really happy. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. I've been married from 2014.
Wow. Wow.
2014, at once they closed my case and I got it open back because I listened to you and I went to my lawyer and I said, let's do it over. And we did it over and it took me a while, but I'm so happy I got my 10-year green card
That's a
because
high
of you.
five
And
from
I'm so
that's a
happy.
high five from me, Yaz. Good job. Thanks so much for the
Yeah,
call.
yeah. You're welcome. But I want to ask you a question. It's about my sister. She was married in 2014. And I think she went for an interview like about 2 times in 2014. Her husband at the time, I think it was like very slow or something like that. And the question that they asked them, it didn't match up. And I guess they send a RFE, but she did not get the paper for the RFE. So they denied their case. And that was from 2014. She divorced like about 2 years ago, and now she's remarried. What do you think would happen to her?
So was the 2014 case, was that an overseas case or an adjustment case?
It was an adjustment case.
And so that case was never like really formally withdrawn because they just sort of denied it because of the RFE that she never received, right?
She never received. I think she didn't have a lawyer. She
Yeah.
did it all by herself.
So now she's married to a U.S. citizen and she's been here the whole time. She hasn't left or anything, and she wants to get a green card now based on this new marriage.
Yes.
That's gonna be a tough case. That's gonna be a tough case. They're gonna be suspicious. They're gonna think
Hmm.
she just hangs out until she finds someone to sponsor her for a green card. So she's probably to some extent going to have to prove that the first marriage was real too. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
she should be ready for a long fight. She's going to have to prove that she never got that RFE, prove that it was a real marriage, prove that it didn't work
Yeah.
out, and then she has to prove on top of that this one. And then of course, whenever someone's been in the United States for a long time without permission, she's also going to have to prove
Hmm.
that she never falsely claimed that she was a US citizen. So she's got a lot of
Oh
work
no,
ahead of
she
her.
didn't.
Yeah, but she's got to
She
prove it all.
didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. She went to a lawyer before to do this case that she got married just recently. And it's a real marriage. Her marriage was real, and she was in the first marriage for about maybe 5 years before she got divorced, but she didn't get anything.
So that helps.
So
I mean, 5 years helps.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, if she
yeah.
needs our help, let me know.
Okay, I'll let her know. She
Thank you,
tried to get
Yaz.
on your show, but she was on for a long time. So I recommend you, and I thank you so much.
Have a
Okay,
great day. Thanks for the
thank
call.
you.
Okay,
You
bye-bye. Oh, that made my day. That made my day. Thank you to Yaz for calling up. Let's talk to Chris. What do you say, Chris?
Hey, is it okay if I go off camera?
You are off camera, Chris.
Okay, so my situation is I filed for I got married back in 2020 and I filed for um the I-45, the adjustment of status and the I-131. They've had that for about 2.5 months now. Last year around April they sent me an RFE and I responded to the RFE less than a month, and they received it last year in May, and they've never said anything. It's been like 16, almost going 17 months since they received my RFE. And I'm married to a US citizen. I know I usually watch your shows, and sometimes you usually ask, why do you think you know, taking time? And the only thing that I think like is a red flag is there's an age difference.
Well, let's see if there's any other red flags. Where are you from?
I'm from Nairobi, Kenya.
And when did you come to the United States?
2018,
What kind of a visa?
visit visa B1 B2.
And when were you supposed to leave?
6 months.
Right. So when?
So I came in September, was supposed to leave by April the next year.
Of 2019.
Yes.
What's the date of your marriage?
I was married in 2020 December.
So that's another red flag, right? You were out of status at the time you got married. That's number 1 on the list of the fraud detection list.
No, I filed for asylum about 2 months after I got here.
Okay. And what was the basis of the asylum claim?
I was under persecution from my home country.
Okay. And when you say there's an age gap, how much of an age gap?
15 years. She's older than me with 15 years.
Have either of you been married before?
No, I was single.
When they sent you the request for evidence, what did they ask for?
Just marital evidence.
So that's
And by the
another red
time,
flag. So that's another red flag. You didn't submit a strong case.
yeah, and the second time when we submitted a lot of stuff, we had even another, now we had a baby. So there was like birth certificate that we added on there, plus pictures
So
and
so
everything.
this woman that's 15 years older than you has had a baby during the time you've been married.
Yeah, we had a baby together.
So that's good. That's good. Okay. How far did your asylum case go? Did you get interviewed on that, or has it just never been interviewed?
It's never been interviewed.
Okay. And what's the filing date? What's the receipt date on the I-485?
So on the I-485, they received it on May of 2021,
So over 2 years ago.
over 2 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably going to need to sue them. What field office would you, if you had an interview, where would it be?
It will be in Seattle.
Seattle? Yeah, Seattle's slow. But whenever there's an asylum case filed before the marriage case, we have to sue a lot on those. They sometimes get approved or get processed, but a lot of times the officer who gets handed the green card case says, "Boy, before I interview this guy and his wife, I want to go back and review his asylum case." So that can really slow things down. But you're almost at the 2.5 year mark. So I think you should probably sue them, or sue them soon if you want an answer.
Do you think them sitting on the RFE, because they just said that we received the RFE and we're reviewing it, and it's been like that for about since last year, beginning of May. Do you think that's a long time to be with the RFE?
May of 22?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a long time, brother.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. Can I hire you guys to help me sue them?
Of course, that's our favorite thing to do. We love suing them. Do you know how to get a hold of us, Chris?
Yeah, info hacking,
Yeah,
malpractice.com.
and just a lot of times everyone will hear me say, send us an email, info@hacking immigration law, but we're having a little trouble with that domain right now. So yeah, info@hackinglawpractice.com is the best bet. So that would be a good one, Chris.
Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Bye, buddy. All right, all right. Cooley's keeping me honest. Kadisha's up next. What do you say, Kadisha? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Hi. Go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I've been watching your show, and just as the lady said, introducing others to you. But I have a question I want to ask you. So I went for my interview in June, me and my daughter, and we came back, and her case, I-30, was under review. And then late in the evening, we see that it was approved. From then, that's it. I haven't heard anything from my case. I tried talking to them with Emma, nothing, no update. The only thing is interview was scheduled and that's it, nothing more. But I got my work permit though.
Where are you from?
I'm from Jamaica,
And which field office had your interview?
Atlanta.
And how did the interview go? Was it hard? Did they separate you from your spouse?
No, all three of us are together. And the best thing about it, while we were talking, the interview went so well. I was ready. I have every documents and everything. And I was sitting there ready for the interview. He just told me the interview is over. You are approved. You will get the card by July. And from then, I haven't heard anything.
That's weird. What was your status at the time you got married?
I was out of status.
And how long were you out of status?
I got married in 2021. And I was out of status for more than a year.
For more than a year? Oh, and what was the, you entered on a B1, B2 visa?
Yes.
When you went to the embassy to get your B1, B2 visit visa, what did you tell them was the purpose of your visit to the United States?
I got it in 2015 to visit. Yeah, I told them to visit at the time.
And have you visited many times before this trip?
Yes, I've been back and forth, back and forth.
That's good. When you went to your green card interview, did they ask you why you didn't leave on time?
No.
No. Well,
They
I'm
didn't
gonna ask you my favorite question, which is, if you had to guess why they haven't approved your case, why do you think they haven't approved it?
I don't know, to be honest.
Have you or your spouse been married before?
No. But the strange thing, my daughter, I tried to get approved, so I don't understand.
But your I-130 still says interview scheduled?
Yes, but when I look at it in the progress report, it's saying it's taking longer than expected to make a decision. And then when I look back at it, it's saying if I need to take action, they will notify me.
Yeah, of course they will. In other words, leave us alone. Don't bother us. Yeah, yeah. What's the receipt date for your 45?
It's May 26, 2022.
Yeah, you might give them. When was the interview? April?
The interview was June 15th of June.
June 15th. So July, August. I might give them like 2 more months. If you haven't heard anything, then you might want to sue them.
Okay, I'll keep my finger crossed.
Well, hopefully you won't need us, but we'll be here
pray.
for you. Okay. Thanks, Kadisha. Have a good day.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much for having me.
See ya. You know, I used to think that if I had to rank where people watch our show from, I would have said Nigeria first, then Ghana, then Jamaica. But I think Ghana and Jamaica are pretty close right now. We get a lot of fans of Jamaican descent, and that makes us happy, of course. Let's say hi to John. Hello, John.
Hi, I hope you don't mind if I'm off camera.
I don't mind, John. How you doing?
Good. You?
I'm doing great. I'm talking to you. What can I help you with?
So I'll give you the facts, right? I entered with a 10-year B1, B2 visa in August 2019.
Okay.
Pandemic hit, and I overstayed, right? Then I met somebody. I got married in October 2020.
Yeah.
They asked me like when I met her and everything. I told them like the truth, right? It was basically in like summer, right? 2020. So
Okay.
it was a quick marriage, basically, right? She was 29, I was 35. We submitted in January 2021, just and then they didn't send the permit till October 2021, right? So they were like, I saw a video that you made the other day. So they were trying to shake up the marriage, right?
Mhm.
Which worked in a sense, but I'll tell you now. So
Okay.
so the interview was moved 3 times, right? That's the other thing that they started doing, right? They moved the interview, like they said that it was because of COVID or whatnot. So we
Did you
got the
actually show up and they said, "Oh, not today," or they
no.
notified you ahead of time?
So it was basically they would send like a letter,
Mhm.
which is fine, But either way, it was you know, I was waiting for that, and then March 2022, we get the interview, right? It was a quick interview. I mean, they asked like basic questions, like if I was working here, like, I said yes. Everything was like, basic questions, right? 10 days later, I got my conditional, right? So far, so good. The issue was that after that, the marriage, like you said the other day, she fell out of love, right? So she's so we got divorced so the final divorce thing came in. So she sent me the divorce on August 2022.
Wait, let's back up. What's the start date on the green card?
The what?
What is the start date on your green card?
So it was March 2022, right?
So March 2022, you get approved for lawful permanent resident status. Who moved out? You or her?
I had to move out.
When did you move out?
I changed the address in like
That wasn't my question. When did you move out?
like May.
So like within 6 or 8 weeks of getting your green card.
Yeah. And then she didn't file for divorce until August.
Okay.
I signed the divorce, right? In like I waited the whole like 60 days or something. I don't know. Like it was like September.
Okay.
And here we are, basically. So yeah, but so basically the divorce is basically incompatible of character. The incompatibility of characters.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said. And now I have to do the I-751 by December because I have in March is when it expires in March 2024.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, my questions to you is like, what are your thoughts on this? I mean,
Well, so everyone gets suspicious when the old, "Oh, I got my green card now." Suddenly, the marriage is horrible, right? So 6 weeks. That time frame doesn't look very good.
What they did work, because it was a tough situation, right? Because I couldn't get like a real like job, right? After I got the permit, which they waited till October, I literally got a 6-figure job, right? I worked in corporate and like in Manhattan, everything.
Mhm.
But the thing is, it was too late. You know what I mean? She couldn't. She just, you know how it is
Well, let me
nowadays.
ask you this. So on a scale of 1 to 10, which is 1 is I have very, very little marital evidence, just a little bit, and 10 is, Jim, I have every scrap of paper, every photo, every ticket receipt, everything we ever did together. On a scale of 1 to 10, if I said, John, tomorrow, or I said, John, on October 1st, I want you to drop all that shit off at my office. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say?
No, I have the file. So everything we gave them, right?
Nah, that's not what I'm talking about. Answer my question. On a scale of 1 to 10, what do you have right now? And especially what do you have since you
Yeah.
filed the I-130?
So your question is after the interview,
Or
and
how much?
after I
Yeah,
got that.
I want new evidence. On a scale of 1 to
Yeah,
10, how
yeah.
much new evidence do you have?
So that's a good question. So basically nothing. I mean, because after that everything went to shambles, and so I have no pictures. I know that doesn't matter much. I do have like affidavits of people, like, but that doesn't work much either, right?
Well, it's okay,
So
but what
I can get.
my other big question is always red, yellow, or green. Is she gonna try to hurt you staying in the United States? Is she gonna try to help you, or is she gonna want to stay out of it and never talk to you again?
I think she's gonna stay out of it. She did say, like, if they contact me, I'll say I don't even know you or something. But I
Well,
don't.
that's not good. That's
Yeah,
bad.
but you think they're gonna contact her? I don't know.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, they don't want you to stay here. You overstayed your visa. Then you got married to someone. You got your conditional green card. And as soon as you got a conditional green card, somebody filed for divorce. This sounds like fraud to me, is what they're saying. But all that being said, this is a winnable case, but you have a lot of work to do. And if you hire us, we have a lot of work to do. We've handled probably 50 or 60 of these. We call them 751 solos, where the U.S. citizen spouse ain't playing ball no more. So you can win this. It sucks that you have 0 on a scale of 1 to 10, but there's stuff that we can figure out, and we could get a long statement from you and then try to get a short statement from her and then affidavits. But it's gotta be a whole picture. It's not just one piece of magic evidence that carries the day. You have to paint a whole picture. That's sort of what we get paid for when we handle 751 solos.
So I do have some evidence of, like, I have our fights. So I know that fights are, like, make a marriage real, right? Like, so I
You said
have that.
fights?
I like fights, like emails, or like like voice conversations, like I recorded, or maybe that transcripts could help, right?
That's a great question. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I like the way you
Also,
frame. I like the way you frame that. Yeah, but it's one piece of the puzzle. Did you guys have a joint bank account?
yeah, we do. I mean, we did have it, and it did stay for a little bit after. Like, I do have that, like the phone as well. Like, it wasn't just. I mean, it's only like a few months after, right? But
Yeah, but I mean,
uh,
this brings up another interesting point that I probably should think about more often. Is you can actually use the old evidence. It's not that you can't use it at all, but if there's an ongoing history together, and if you have an explanation as to why things got particularly bad right around the time you got your green card, this is a winnable case. It's also a very losable case.
So I'll give you a little more detail as well. So she's Ukrainian, and the war came. It didn't help, right? So her
Sure.
family's over there.
Right.
She sees I'm like, I still don't get my papers, right? I can't work, like,
Yeah,
so
and she's like, why do I want to mess around with you when I'm trying to really focus on helping my family? Yeah, I get that.
exactly. So she got desperate, and she thought, like, she thought I had more money or assets, whatever, when she married before she married me. And I don't know. The whole point is, you know how women are. Like, it's like ticking time bomb. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like,
I don't know that women are ticking time bombs. I don't know that I
in the
agree
sense
with that.
that, it's like, love is just until, like, it's not a conditional. You know what I mean? Like, even if it looks like it. I mean, everything was good on paper. I'm telling you, like, in the relationship, and then everything went sideways from one moment to another, and I don't know. But
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. So, do you have an overarching question for me?
I just want to know, like, so I heard that cases are being delayed now, right? The 751s.
Sure. They take a long time. Yeah.
Like a couple more years, right? So, in theory, I it would be like, let's say it's submitted in December 2023, and then it could take until like even 2027, right? For me to get like
We haven't seen that yet. Mostly it's been 2 years still. A little bit over 2 years is what we're seeing. But yeah, they do have a problem of going back further and further every time they give themselves more time.
all right. So, and the last thing I would ask is, how does it look? Does it look bad? Like, how bad does it look to you? Because I
As
know.
I said, it's a winnable case and it's a highly losable case. I think that if you just slap together some shit and send it in, they're not going to like it. I think I would treat this case like a deportation case. Like, I'm trying to keep you from being deported. That's the mindset I would take with it. And I would say, what's everything I can do to try to keep you here? And what's every piece of evidence I can scrounge up, dig up, locate, find, gather, organize, and file so that I do my best to keep you here.
I see.
Thanks, John. Thanks for the call, man.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, buddy. All right. Yeah, it's funny how those marriages tend to fall apart right when the green card shows up. Maybe that'll be my video for next week. This week I did love runs out before the green card, and now I could do one love runs out right after the green card. Huli, remind me of that one, will you? All right. Saya is here. What do you say, Saya?
Good afternoon, Jim.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How about you?
Good to see you. What's up?
I have two questions, one for me and one for my friend.
Okay.
And for me, in the future, I want to petition my parent and my sibling, and I know that I have to file Form I-130 for my mom, my dad, my brother, and his family, my sister and her family. And my question: when do I need to file Form I-864 along with I-130, or wait till the NVC stage?
Wait till the NVC stage.
Oh, I'm good then, because
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
Because
my
you'll be
income
rich
right
by
now.
you'll be rich by then, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because
No, you don't have,
I'm
yeah, people ask me that all the time. You don't have to worry about the I-130. You do the I-864. You do have to worry about it when you file for adjustment here, but for an overseas case, it's all the National Visa Center and the embassy part.
because I'm thinking like 10 of them, and my income is not enough for 10 right now.
Yeah. So you got plenty of time.
Okay, and one more question for my friend. He asked me to call you in on behalf of him, and I'm not really understand all of that, because when I listen to your video, I never hear about that, or maybe I not yet finished listen all of your video.
Okay.
He married with the his wife in Cambodia, and his wife already have 2 kids, and that 2 kids have no birth certificate, have no so when he married her, she already have that 2 kids, not his own kid, and they went to the local authority to register the birth certificate for the kid. They register him as the father, but he's not the father. And then he hire someone, not really a lawyer, to file everything for him, and they went to interview for the embassy, and she told the officer everything, that he's not the biological father, but his name on the birth certificate. And they said that the NVC request them to file the Form I-864W. And he asked me that will his kid will the NVC approve for his case, and will the kid come here and become U.S. citizen? I'm not understand that, but that's
No,
the two
no,
questions
and you
that
don't.
he asked.
No, and he doesn't want that to happen. I mean, it'd be great if the kids came. I mean, if I had been their lawyer, I would have told them before we submit that birth certificate with him as the father, I would have had them go back and get a corrected birth certificate. So that's probably where the mistake is. But no, they won't be citizens automatically. They'll have to go through the green card process and then come.
So what should he do for the birth certificate? Go to the local authority in Cambodia, ask them to correct it that he's not the biological father, to put the real father.
I mean, the embassy's probably sitting on the case because they're probably confused. And too, I don't know, is the biological father still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive, but like
So a
they
lot of
separate.
Yeah, but a lot of times when mom wants to bring the kids to the country, then they have to get verification from dad, the biological dad, that he's allowing them to come. So the birth certificate issue might have screwed up a whole lot of things, if that makes sense.
That makes sense to me, but okay, I will send the video to him to let
Yeah,
him understand by
perfect.
himself.
Perfect.
Can I have one more question?
Sure.
For my other friend, she and her husband come here for like buy TV lottery, and her husband is the winner, and they are like they are real married. They married in 2010. They have 3 kids together, but when they arrive here, like because of the marriage is not like not really. I don't know what to say, but they want to divorce right now.
It's
And
not
what
great.
happened? Oh,
You're saying it's not great, right? So do everybody have their green cards?
yeah, they already have a green card because they are here on like 1.5 years now.
Yeah, they can get divorced. It's okay.
It's not a problem for her because she come here because of him.
She what?
She is the derivative.
Yeah, but they all came
Divi
together. Everybody came, right?
Yeah, everybody came and they have 3 kids together. They're not just married because of coming
Yeah.
here.
So the real problem with marriages in DV is when someone wins the diversity visa and then gets married to someone after winning the lottery, but before they come. That's the real problem. So this is a real marriage. They were together 10 years. They had 3 kids. No one's going to say jack squat about it. So I think they're fine.
And if they not divorced or live separate, how when they file they should put a different address or what?
When they file for what?
But when next 4 years they can apply for U.S. citizen.
Yeah, they apply. I mean, I would get divorced by then. I wouldn't just hang out unmarried. I wouldn't just hang out married, but not living together for years and years. That's bad for lots of reasons. So I would get the marriage situation squared away, and then I would file for citizenship and use whatever address they're sleeping at night.
They said they don't want to get divorced because they are afraid that she cannot apply for U.S. citizen.
No,
That's
she
why they
can.
keep living separate, but they not get divorced.
No, see, that's a lot sneakier. That's going to get her in more trouble. If they're
Oh.
separated. Everyone has to tell the government that whoever moved out, they're supposed to notify USCIS within 10 days of moving. So don't be sneaky.
Wow.
Just play it straight. She can get her citizenship. How can anyone say that the marriage wasn't real? They were married for 10 years. They were married 1.5 years after they came, and they had 3 kids together. It's a totally real marriage. I think she's fine. But if she starts doing, if they start doing sneaky stuff, acting like they're still married, living in 2 different addresses, but keeping one address on file, that's where you get in trouble.
And another question: if he does not agree to pay for child support after divorce, that's the big problem too.
Well, that's a problem for him because they'll keep him from getting his citizenship. Yeah.
But it's not a problem for her.
No.
Thank you, Jim.
Bye, Saya. See ya.
See you.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, let's say hi to Varun. Varun's been waiting. Hello, Varun.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Jim. Jim, I do have a quick question. My I-130 got approved in May. This is my marriage-based green card in a short story. So I'm still waiting on my approval of the adjustment of status, and it's been already 2 months.
Why do you think they haven't approved the 485?
I had an RFE on that regarding my medicals, and the other thing was like they've asked my wife's pay stubs and employment structure and everything, so which we have sent it, and that's when my I-130 got approved, but still waiting on I-485. It's been 2 months, so do you have any insights like how long that could be?
The I-130 got approved without an interview?
Yes.
And when did you file the I-130 and the 485?
The initial date, you mean?
Mhm.
It was June 2022, June
And
16th, I believe.
What was your status at the time that you filed?
I was on my F1.
Yeah, I think you're fine. You're just chilling. I'd give them a couple months before I started worrying.
Okay, and the field office is based in South Carolina, though. My documents went to South Carolina,
Yeah.
and I live in Mississippi.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Okay, so should I still wait on this?
Yeah, I'd wait a little longer.
Okay, that's all for now, Jim. Thank you.
Bye, Varun. See you, buddy.
Bye-bye.
I like that shirt. Annie's here. Hello, Annie.
Oh, hi, Jim. Thank you for taking my call. So,
How you doing?
quick question. I'm good, thank you. Quick question. So, my daughter's father, his wife filed for him. So, the thing is, my daughter is in Jamaica.
Hold on, time out. It said my daughter's father's wife
Wife
for
for
him.
Right,
Yeah.
to come to the U.S.
And she's a U.S. citizen?
Yes, she is now, yes.
Okay.
So, my daughter is in Jamaica. He has, when I checked his case, it says ready. It's at the embassy in Kingston. So my daughter is not on his petition. So is it possible when he goes to his interview that at that time he can declare that he has a child and wish for her to be on his filing? Is that possible?
Only if his wife is a green card holder. If his wife is a U.S. citizen, then that she needs to file a separate I-130 for your daughter.
Or what if when she started the application, she was a green card holder? Because I think the status is still F1. But I know that she was a green card holder when she started.
Yeah. How old's your daughter?
She's 6.
Yeah. I'm 99% sure that she has to file an I-130 for your daughter, and she won't, and your husband won't be able to add her at the interview.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. That was my question.
Bye, Annie.
Oh, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Marcus is here. Hello, Marcus. You're on mute.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Great. So my question is, right now I'm currently under an F1 visa, studying at in a university, and I'm a business entrepreneurship major. I was thinking of starting a business in the US, an e-commerce business, but I did call a few immigration attorneys to double check if everything's okay, but they said it's the only way I could start a business is only after I graduate, which is OPT. And I was thinking, I don't really want to wait till I graduate to start a business. So I was thinking maybe I could start the business based on from where I'm from.
So this is sort of a gray area.
Yeah.
This is why you're having a hard time finding a clear answer. This is
Right.
sort of one of those areas where technology has outpaced our immigration laws. You know, when they said F1 students can't work in the United States except for 20 hours a week on campus, back
Right.
then it was, you know, you can work in the cafeteria, you can work in the library, and that was about it, right? So they're not used to students thinking about starting their own business.
Right.
I sort of take the position on this, and here's how I think about it. It's not going to be me or anyone watching the show who's going to have to defend this later on. It's you, right?
Okay.
So you're going to be the one that has to justify what you decided to do. So you got to take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. But I believe that there's not a prohibition on F1 students owning their own business or owning property, like owning a 2-family flat and charging rent. You just can't work in the United States. So I would take the position that if you start a business and it makes money, you can't be an employee of that business without violating your F1. Could you take an owner's draw? Maybe. That probably gets closer to work. So do I think you could start a business and not take money out of it? I think that would really be pretty easy to defend. But I think if you start taking money out of it, especially if it's sort of like on a regular basis, that could be sort of more of a problem. But if you want to, like, let's say you're a senior and you want to start up your business with the idea of going to work for the business while on OPT, I think that's much easier to defend. So it all really depends on your comfort level and, how much, if you're applying for a green card or you're applying for an H-1B and they ask, have you ever been out of status or violated the terms of your status? I think you can say no if you have your own business, but it's not me who makes the rules. It's not me who decides whether or not you get your visa. It's them. So, they might say you were just being cute and clever and that really you were working for yourself and therefore you violated your F1. I don't think that's going to happen, but I can't guarantee that it won't.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking this gray area, how risky it would be for me to start a business here. And then I do have relatives here that has green cards. So they were thinking of partnering up with me. So they start the business and then they hire me for my CPT. And I think it's also part of a gray area if you say it like that.
Well, I'm not a big fan of CPT. CPT is often abused. It's very high on the list of things that USCIS is worried about and is checking on all the time. So if you're talking about doing a relatively low number of hours on CPT, that's fine. If you're talking about working full-time on CPT, but like going to class every now and then, like I think that's just going to cause more problems. And I'd rather you do it the way I said than mess around with CPT.
Okay. Gotcha. I think that's all for my questions. Thank you
Thanks,
for the
Marcus.
tips.
Have a good day, buddy. Good luck.
You too. Thank you.
Gotta love it. He wants to start his own business. He's only a student. That's great. Mohammed's here. Hello, Mohammed.
Hey, good afternoon. My question is, my mother applied for a petition for me late 2019 as unmarried son above 21 age.
Of a U.S. citizen.
No, she was
LPR.
Permanent resident at the time. First response was from the USCIS was on May 2023. They asked for a request of evidence for DNA and divorce evidence because she applied for unmarried son and I was divorced by that time or before that time. When I did the DNA test through the lab sent all the records directly to the USCIS. Soon they received it. They just denied the case as it was my response. But in fact, it wasn't my response. It was the response of the laboratory. They did not wait till I sent the other documents. They just denied the case. I'm from Sudan. I entered US last February with B1, B2 tourist visa. And it was expired on last August 3. The next day, August 4, I applied for asylum or withholding of removal. I want to know, is that a legal action from the USCIS to deny the case without waiting for my response? And also, the second question, I want to know if I clear that problem by applying for motion, and hopefully when the visa is already out, I can make adjustment status.
Besides the denial, besides the DNA, what else did they ask you for?
The divorce evidence.
Okay, and you had the divorce evidence, but you didn't send it because the lab sent the DNA results faster, and then they said, we asked for DNA and divorce, and you only sent DNA, so therefore we're denying your case.
Exactly.
Assholes. What's the date of that denial?
Oh, they denied this. I have to check this. This was actually 2 months ago.
Did you file a motion to reopen and reconsider?
Not really. I was late because also they asked for affidavit of. I was not able to get the affidavit because of the war ongoing on my country, and
Affidavit of what?
Affidavit of any one of the relatives that witness my birthday. Okay,
so they asked you for that in the RFE along with the divorce decree.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay, but what's the date of the denial of when they sent you a denial saying you only sent us the DNA, you didn't send us the other shit? What's the date of that denial?
Oh, the date exactly is, let me check.
Just roughly.
Sure. April 20.
Of 2023.
Yeah.
And you did not file a motion to reconsider?
No, I didn't.
So this case is over?
Actually, I called many times to discuss that with them, but they just keep sending that.
No, this case is over. I don't care. You could call them 1,000 times. They could say, yeah, we'll keep your case open for you. This case is over. You didn't do what you were supposed to do.
Yes, actually, I was late. I only got one last chance, is the motion.
But you didn't file the motion.
That's what I have to do right now.
No, it's too late. You get 33 days.
Yeah, actually 33 days, I was not able to get all the affidavit.
Doesn't matter. Then you file it with what you have and you say, I need more time. But I don't. This whole approach, Mohammed, it's sort of messed up. What's your question for me?
My question is, because I applied for asylum the next day after the explanation. Let's say, hopefully, if that case I was able to.
That case is over.
Okay. How about the adjustment? Am I still in status?
No, you're not.
Oh.
What? When did you enter the United States?
Last August to the 2nd. Yeah. So,
August.
February 2nd of February, and the visa was expired August.
When did you enter? When did you enter the United States?
February 2nd.
When did you apply for asylum?
August 4th.
Of the same year or a different year?
Same year.
So you entered in February of 22 and you filed for asylum in August of 22.
Sorry, same 2023. That was all in 2023.
Okay. So you entered in February of 2023, and you filed for asylum in August of 2023.
Yeah, as per the expiration for my visa, 6 months. It was expired last August 3rd. The 4th, the next day, August 4th, I applied for asylum.
Okay, so what's your question for me?
I want to know if ever this case I could get it back.
No.
Can I? Oh, okay. Is that still? I did not keep my status.
You were out of status when you applied for asylum. Asylum is not status. Your visa expired. You're not going to be able to adjust unless you marry a U.S. citizen. That's it. Or unless you get asylum and then adjust after that.
Oh. Last chance is my mother applying for me all over again as a citizen.
Yeah, but you're out of status. You're not an immediate relative. You have to be in status at the time she applies for you, and you're not.
Oh, that's okay. That's very clear.
I got to go, Mohammed. Good luck,
Thank
my
you.
friend.
Thank you so much.
Later. All right. Let's see if we can get Danielle in here before the show is over. Hi, Danielle. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
My question is, I'm here on my OPT right now. I'm a recent graduate.
Awesome.
I have a fiance. We plan to get married on June 4th of next year. My
Okay.
OPT finishes that month. I'm studying. Would it affect me if I have to adjust my status then?
Your fiance is a U.S. citizen?
Yeah.
It'll affect your ability to keep working because you won't have work authorization. So if you're working, you'll have a gap there. So what we do sometimes in these cases is say, Danielle, you and your spouse, you guys go get married, have a beautiful wedding next June, but in October of 2023, I want you to go to the courthouse and get married and start the immigration process. So you get your work card based on marriage now, and so you have coverage for when your OPT runs out. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And one other thing too, since I'm a recent grad, I'm now working, I'm saving up money and stuff for us to like get our place together because we're not living together and stuff. We are from New York, so I know it's really
I couldn't tell from
expensive.
your accent. I couldn't tell from your accent.
I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah.
But it's very expensive to live in New York, so we're just planning to save money to get our own place and stuff. And I feel like we may not get our own place just yet. If I do intend to do it on June 4th of next year, would it affect us in any way if we're not living together?
Well, so I have a couple videos on this, and it's certainly an approvable case. The question is always sort of a threefold question. One is, why do we live apart? So you got to prove that. Number two, you have to prove every minute we spend together, even though we don't live together. So, if you have dinner together on a Tuesday night, you take a picture, you get a receipt, you document the shit out of what we do together even though we live apart. And then the third issue is always, what's the long-term plan? So hopefully by the time you have your interview, if I had a magic wand, I would want you to be having the same address at the time that you file. So if you, or at the very least 3 or 4 months later, but the best would be to be married and living at the same address for a month or two before you file, so that all the mail goes to one address, so you're not moving around, so they don't send shit to the wrong address, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, sounds good. I just wanted to make sure that I'm good. And the number that you have in this chat, I could send a message to you guys and ask you guys about like consultation fees and stuff.
Yeah, sure. You can send us a WhatsApp message, or you can call the office, or you can email info@hackinglawpractice.com.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
Bye, Danielle. Thanks so much.
Bye.
All right. We love it when people are on OPT. We love it when people are on OPT and they decide to get married. All right. Well, we had a sort of a slow start, but we got up to 216 people watching. I think later in the day is just better. We'll be doing a show tomorrow, Friday at 4 p.m., which is our usual start time. So we'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Hoolie's messaging me. Am I saying something wrong, Hoolie? Yeah, I am. Hold on. What's up?
You wish it's Friday. It's Wednesday.
Oh, did I say Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, Well, today's Tuesday. I'm all screwed up because today feels like Monday because we were closed yesterday, but nobody's in the office. So well, actually, there's more people here than normally on a Tuesday. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow we'll do a show at 4 p.m. Central. And then we'll do a show Thursday and maybe Friday. I'm traveling up to DC on Friday. I'll be having tacos at my favorite taqueria in Fairfax on
Send me some.
on Friday. Thanks for your help, Hooli. Thanks everybody else.
Welcome.
Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.